Absolutely brutal news for Apple. Their nightmare before Christmas, as their Apple Watch has been banned from selling in the United States this week, the week before Christmas. The biggest gift buying week of the year, the biggest financial week of the year, and probably, I don't know, maybe the Google Apple Watch isn't a gift most kids get, although budgets for Christmas nowadays have gone so insane. When I was young, I remember the budget was like around $100 for me and my sister. I'm sure my mom and dad would go over a little bit. I don't know what these Apple Watches cost, but I gotta think they're $300, $400, $500. Maybe I'm totally off and it's much less than that. But I see lots of kids with them, and I assume since no kids work these days, their parents must have bought them for them. So here we go. Apple will be forced to stop selling its Apple Watch in the United States this week over claims that the devices are running on stolen technology. I don't know about you, but having like a smartwatch, quote unquote, that's literally pulling all my biometric data and sending it to Apple and all these other companies, I don't think so. Sales of the Apple Watch Series 9 and Ultra 2 will halt online starting December 21st and from all Apple retail locations beginning the day before Christmas. The announcement means that the only available Apple Watch in the United States will be the company's cheap budget SE model. The ruling comes amid a legal dispute over technology that Apple smartwatches use to run their blood oxygen feature. Industry experts told DailyMail.com it could result in at least a $200 million revenue loss for Apple during one of its most lucrative times of the year. Now, I don't know how many people are running out to buy a Christmas gift the day before Christmas, especially this year when that's going to be a Sunday, but it's a non-zero number. I mean, I've seen the stores packed. I remember when I was young buying my friends like those. Remember when those, does anybody remember? I don't think these are probably not still a thing, but I remember the craze of those gift boxes, not coffee brand coffee gift boxes, which today is your last day to get your coffee brand coffee gift box via 2-day shipping. If you wait till tomorrow night, then you'll have to pay for overnight shipping, which nobody wants to do. 2-day shipping is still very affordable. Make sure you get your coffee brand coffee gift box today. Link will be in the description down below. I don't know about you, but do you remember the cologne gift boxes? Like it used to be Aspen cologne and like Aspen deodorant and then something else in a gift box. And everybody would buy them and everybody would get them. Like, that was so wild. Now, Coffee Brand coffee gift boxes with our customizable gift box builder is obviously a much better gift. Things are selling out very quickly. So if you're watching this video, if you haven't headed over to coffeebrandcoffee.com yet to build a gift box, do that today. A Masimo spokesperson told DailyMail.com that after a thorough multi-year legal investigation, the ITC found that Apple infringed on certain Masimo's patented innovations for measuring blood oxygen. The decision to exclude certain foreign-made models of the Apple Watch demonstrates that even the world's most powerful companies must abide by the law. I don't know about all that. Sometimes they have to abide by the law. The International Trade Commission expert judgment in this matter should be respected, protecting intellectual property rights, maintaining public trust in the United States patent system, and encouraging the United States industry. The International Trade Commission issued a landmark ban, which is responsible for clamping down on unfair trade practices. In October, the ITC announced its ruling finding that devices infringed on 2 patents owned by biotech company Masimo, based in California. They accused Apple of entering discussions with it for potential partnership in 2013, only to steal the biotech startup idea and poach some of its engineers to implement it. Well, I mean, this is the way that business works. I mean, I don't think, I am actually shocked and surprised that there was any legal remedy provided here against Apple. Because, I mean, quite frankly, this is the way innovation in the United States works. Google, Apple, these companies, Facebook, they don't innovate anything. They just buy or steal all their ideas. I mean, we can talk about the Windows operating system. We can go all the way back to how Windows was a thing, right? How that came about. The Irvine-based company pioneered a sensor technology that consistently emits light through the skin to monitor blood oxygen saturation. Apple's technology shines red and near-infrared light into the blood-perfused tissue. According to the company's website, they were found, don't really care about that. Data shows that Masimo's valued at nearly $7 billion, and Kayani's net worth is $1.3 billion. Trading was down more than 5% on Monday following the news of Apple's halt on smartwatches. He told Forbes that he met with Apple in 2013 to discuss possible collaboration on the Apple Watch project, but Apple opted not to join forces with them and focus on hospital products, which does not align with the tech giant's consumer-focused model. A decade later, the two companies met again. Masimo sued Apple in federal court in 2020 and again in 2021 after the Apple Watch Series 6 release, which was the first model to have the blood oxygen feature. According to Forbes, he has spent $60 million fighting Apple in court. The ITC handed down its order in October, starting the clock on a 60-day presidential review period. Now it's set to expire Christmas Day. It seems like they probably got some level of favorable ruling there. Like they probably said, okay, well, we're going to allow, you to sell through Christmas, basically. Now, Apple said the Biden administration can veto to the ITC ban, but the White House has chosen not to act so far. Apple said today's announcement that it would be halting the sales of its watches, the company preemptively taking steps to comply should the ruling stand. Apple strongly disagrees with the order and is pursuing a range of legal and technical. I mean, maybe just don't steal stuff. Maybe just don't steal stuff. It is rare for a president to veto a decision from the ITC, but Apple has benefited from such intervention in the past. Shocking. President Barack Obama vetoed a ban on the iPhone as part of Apple's legal dispute with Samsung in 2013. As of right now, there is no timeline on how long the Apple Watch Ultra 2 and the Apple Watch Series 9 will be unavailable for purchase. The Biden administration could still step in and veto the ITC exclusion. I mean, I would think that that's pretty bad. I'd say that that's pretty bad. Now, from what I'm hearing, Samsung actually removed this tech from its phones a long time ago because, well, this company actually owns it. What's funny about this is this is very bad timing. I wonder Apple stock. Let's see. Yeah, it's fine today. It took a little bit of a hit yesterday, but the market doesn't seem so concerned. The market doesn't seem so concerned with it. Apple's $17 billion smartwatch rescue mission. Tech giant races to avoid historic ban in the United States that could last until 2028. Apple has launched a $17 billion rescue mission to save its smartwatches from being banned in the U.S. to patent infringement claims. Engineers will use the funds to adjust how devices' algorithms measure oxygen saturation and show data to users before the clock runs out on December 24th. That is when all Apple stores in the United States must stop selling the Series 9s and Ultra 2 models after an order by Americans Trade Watchdog, which ruled the tech giant stole copyrighted technology. I actually thought about buying one of these, even though I'm not a Apple phone guy, when my dad was still around, because monitoring his blood oxygen levels is so important. And he would never wear the finger thing properly. I remember talking about that with my mom, before he passed away. We should get dad this thing so he could wear it. I think it's actually pretty helpful if it's accurate. I don't know how accurate it is because in my experience with blood oxygen levels, monitoring them, my dad had a bunch of different devices. Some of them worked, some of them didn't work. It depended how warm your hands were. it depended, like he'd have to sit on his hand for a while to warm it up to make sure that he would get a clear reading. So I don't know how clear the watch really was. But I can tell you this, I actually did have a family member whose life was saved by an Apple Watch. And I hate Apple, but you know, in the spirit of transparency, his Apple Watch detected some weird arrhythmia with his heart, and he ended up needing a pacemaker. But he didn't know his watch was like actually said, "Hey, you're having some sort of heart issue or something like that." So I mean, in that case, you know, I think for people who are over 40, over 50, there's probably some benefits to wearing these health tracking devices. But, you know, ultimately on top of that, I'm not exactly sure that I want to be sharing this kind of all this. Like, it's bad enough if you have a smartphone, right? If you have a smartphone out there and, you know, you have all these lunatics at these tech companies pulling in all that data, you know, TikTok sending all your information to China. Now we're sending health information. I've always been one of those people that even when like my insurance company asks questions or anything like that, I don't answer anything. I'm happy to pay the, you know, the premium. They keep begging me. They're like, "Oh, just if you do this like little physical thing, we'll knock your insurance bill down $100 a year." Nope, not gonna do it. Nope, you can't have any additional information on me. That's not how this works. So it's gonna be interesting to see if Apple actually gets out of this. Could be a potential, you know, very, very big, very, very big financial loss for them, billions and billions of dollars. So it's gonna be interesting to watch this over time.